Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. In the last episode, we made it to Reputation Level 1 with Alof. I care not for anything else that happened. We just made better friends with Alof, and I am satisfied. I'm so happy.
Sure.
I'm so happy. I've said it so many times, I shall keep saying this, but Ximena views Alof as her best friend. And she will not be satisfied unless the game and all its little systems also show, yeah, he is your best friend. Ooh, hello. The lights came on. Ooh, okay. So if it's getting closer to nightfall, so I was going to focus on these two estates. However, we know the people shaking down Zamar hang out in the back alleys at night. Oh, hello. Oh, there's hello. You were not there before.
So she asked him what he calls that trick, and he says the consueli.
You're right. I could explode these barrels. No, we won't.
You the one causing trouble in Cotter's neighborhood.
The wolf at this man's side raises her hackles and growls. He shushes and pats her behind the ears, all the while keeping his focus trained on you.
I thought Remaro's pup kept better company.
Cotter glances at Serafen.
Ahoy, friend. So you still be doing that old referring to yourself by name thing? Would have thought it'd have cost you enough lays by now to be dropping that affectation.
Cotter has not missed the sound of your voice, Serafen. Your smoke and mirror ghosts do not impress Kaletzia, and they do not scare Cotter.
A line of drool drips down between the wolf's bared teeth.
Sorry, Valian names all sound the same to me. Which one is the pretty wolf?
Ximena looks at a deer like, why? We have such beautiful names. How could you do this? She wipes a tear from her eye and just, he's a farmer from the middle of nowhere. It's fine.
You'll know soon enough.
Cotter bares his teeth too at a deer. I'm not here to cause trouble. Benevolent. Streetwise 4. Ximena finds them amusing, which is enough for Ximena. Clever. Pull spirits from the in-between. Smoke and mirrors, I think not. Any chance you're the one shaking down Zamar? Same. Ximena finds them amusing, which is enough for Ximena.
Cotter likes you already. What do you want?
He tugs on his wolf's scruff and drags her back to his side. Any chance you're the one shaking down Zamar? Somebody robbed Captain Redora. You have anything to do with that? Ximena's an animal lover. Nice wolf.
Siletzia is Cotter's heart. She is his rage and his spirit.
He pats her flank and smiles. Okay, yeah. Any chance you're the one shaking down Zamar?
Zamar has money problems. Cotter has solutions. The little man doesn't know how to count his coins. Cotter heard a newcomer was talking with Zamar.
His free hand moves towards the weapon slung on his belt.
Wrong play, Cotter. Let's be keeping this so friendly as a friendly fucking chats. Lest the captain be calling your raise.
His third hand rests near his own weapons.
Look, Siletzia. Your supper comes with blue fur.
He nudges the wolf, eliciting a deep growl. That is a really nice name. Just as a little side tangent, Siletzia is a beautiful name. And I wonder if could it be the Italian version of Celeste? Might not be, but that was where my thought went.
Tell the shipwright to accept Cotter's deal before he suffers another setback.
Why are you shaking down Zamar? Just give me Captain Redora's money and I'll leave you alone. Intimidate 4. Tell me my business again and I'll sew your wolf into a pair of boots, Aimiko. No, we're not gonna threaten the wolf. Threaten this guy? Sure. Threaten the wolf? Hell the fuck no. What's in it for me if I help broker an agreement between you and Zamar? Any thoughts, Serafen? Attack. How about I stitch your hide into a sailcloth? Yeah, why? Why are you shaking down Zamar?
Zamar can keep Principi ships afloat.
Cotter narrows his eyes.
Cotter tires of seeing his family sailing derelict wrecks.
Okay. Well, I mean, his Serafen is with the Principi. Any thoughts, Serafen?
You've got to ask, Cap. A Principi deal be the all-round winner?
The Orlan shrugs, running a third hand over his braided beard.
Zamar gets himself steady work, the pirates know they're looked after, and you and me get to shove off from this mess with a Principi favour in our hold. Charting another course risks running us aground of everyone's bad side.
Better that you listen to the hairy piglet.
Cotter nods, glancing from Serafen to you.
Cotter will see that his casita knows your name. There's also coin to spare. And Cotter will get you the Principi discount on Zamar's goods. Deal?
Ooh. Okay, that does sound good. I'm not gonna lie, me personally, I don't like the sound of this. I don't like the sound of this. If I remember correctly, so the pirates want Zamar to be exclusively theirs. He wants them to... They want him to exclusively work for the Principi. And that's why they've scared off all of their other business. Redora wanted something for her own ship, and they've robbed her so that she can't pay. And they're basically just starving out this guy's work until he has to come to them and be like, yeah, I will work for you because I have no other choice. I need to eat. I need to pay rent. This feels really scummy to me. However, would Ximena think that? It might be distasteful. It might not leave the most pleasant of aftertastes in her mouth, but Serafen makes a really good point. If we side with the Principi, then they will owe us a favour, we'll be in their good graces. This guy is offering a discount. I think Redora was working on her own. I don't believe she had anyone backing her. As such, there's no real reason to side with her. Zamar is an independent guy. So yeah, we'd be in his good graces, but it's not like he's got any kind of connection to anyone else. This way, we get a discount, we get on the Principi's good side. This would sound like a good deal to Ximena. I don't personally like this, but I think Ximena would do it. Sounds fair. I'll hammer out the details with Zamar.
Gelarde, here's an advance. Go tell Zamar the good news. Cotter will handle the rest.
And we're being paid. We're being paid. Let me pet the wolf. Let me pet the wolf, goddammit. Yet we're being paid to do this. Like, there's literally no downside. I mean, to be fair, I could be misremembering. Maybe Redora is working for the Valian Trading Company.
It is not as easy as it seems to turn a profit in Neketaka, but there is opportunity.
Okay. You're just a wealthy gentleman. Okay. And yet Redora could be working for someone. I don't remember. I don't remember. I know that Cotter is working for someone. Like, I feel if Redora were working for someone, she wouldn't be drowning her sorrows in the bar. Or the brothel, rather. I feel like she would have gone to whoever her higher-up is. So yet we've got two independent people and a representative from a faction. Like, it... I don't like this, but it's what Ximena would do.
Ahoy there. Any news worth telling?
Zamar dusts off his shoulders. I spoke to the Principi on your behalf.
You actually confronted those feral cats?
Cool, cats be sacred, shipboard, you know. Wouldn't have taken you for one to be painting the Principi all godly.
Serafen smirks, arms akimbo.
Folk shoreside sometimes stick 'em in the stew pot. See if that strikes you for something weighty.
Zamar rolls his eyes. He crosses his arms and looks past Serafen at you. I think you're better off taking the deal. Cotter's not a bad guy. His wolf is cute. On second thought, I'll return. Well, his wolf is cute, but this is irrelevant. I think you're better off taking their deal. Sighing through his nose, Zamar squeezes his eyes shut.
I needed coin, not a middleman to negotiate with cutthroats.
Oh, shit. He pulls a small flintlock from his belt and holds it pointed at the ground. You underestimate how hard the Principi are working to make cooperation your only recourse. Yeah, streetwise too. Oh, shit! Rogue, do you want to see what happens when they run out of patience? Put the gun down, the deal is already struck. The Principi won't be thugs forever, give them a chance, yeah. Do you want to see what happens when they run out of patience? His chest rises and falls with heavy breaths as he lifts the gun halfway.
If it's between my life and my dignity...
Gritting his teeth, he thumbs the hammer down and tucks the firearm back into his belt.
The Principi have their shipwright. And may Andra take them for it.
He grabs a fistful of his beard and grunts, pulling away with a few strands of hair. Opening his palms, Zamar lets them drift away with the wind. Okay, he didn't kill himself, okay. For a minute there I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I doubt you're happy. Oh, hello. One second. 1 second, I've seen something. Oh, but yeah, our repairs are already full up. Okay. Yeah.
Cotter recognizes a friend.
He winks at you.
Fair payment for a smooth transition.
He tosses you a purse. Hey, more money.
Cotter's just making sure no one bothers our friend.
He tips his head to indicate Zamar. Are you doing okay, Zamar?
This idiot's wolf has already peed on my good leg.
Zamar glowers at Celestia.
What in Abaddon's stinking furnace do you want?
Yeah, he's not happy. He's not happy. I'd like to see your goods.
Oh, come take a look.
However, he is still willing to show us them. And yeah, we now have a 10% discount. Okay, we still can't afford any of this. Ooh. Dear God. Dear God, it's all so expensive. I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted. Because that would be a Ximena thing. Just like, what's the first upgrade of the ship you're gonna get? I'm making my quarters fancy. That would be her. I'm thinking, do I maybe... Can I... The Dow has changed little since its inception in the days of Old Valia, where it performed a variety of roles from fishing vessel to warship. Its triangular sails and sleek, efficient hull strike a balance between speed and maneuverability and durability. Its armament, while modest, is quite capable of standing up to both faster and tougher vessels. Though the design has fallen out of favour in the Valian Republics, the humble Dow has had a resurgence in the Deadfire with the arrival of the Principi, who sail the craft with the skill and tenacity of their old Valian forebears. I'm thinking... One second. 90-60... I'm thinking which... Okay, 1 second. What is our ship currently? I'm like, I don't know. It's a deer wooden sloop. $50.20. Where are you?
You again? Oh.
So yeah, the Dhow is an improvement. The Voyager is an improvement. I'm thinking, do we want to... Is bigger necessarily better? I'm umming and ahhing between the Dhow and the Galleon. Obviously, we can't buy it right now. But I'm just... This impressive ship has become the symbolic vessel of the Raelian republics. Originally constructed as dedicated cargo craft, many early galleons fell prey to pirates and privateers. Such a ship represents a considerable investment of capital. To deal with ever-present threats, modern shipwrights have sacrificed some of the galleon's impressive cargo space to facilitate expanded gun decks, turning the vessel into a heavily armoured and versatile warship. Its heavy timber hull has been likened to the walls of a castle, with though such protection comes at the cost of speed and manoeuvrability. I'm more so drawn to the Dhow. Because I think having something that is smaller but is very fast, that screams Ximena. Compared to the Galleon, which... Like, it might be able to take more hits, but it's also slower. Ximena isn't slow, she's a speedy gal, and I think she'd have a ship to match, so I'm very tempted to save up for the Dhow and then just invest really heavily in this. Yes, Nagati has blessed us. Hello. You look fancy as fuck. Very cool. Maybe one day Ximena will look just as cool. Maybe one day she'll find some pretty armour, like the Jack of Wide Waters. But for right now, that will have to remain a pipe dream. Ooh, the weather is foul, okay. And just... let me check. Where... was it you? Laro and his friends often carouse at the tavern, the southwestern bridge, and behind the district's waterfall. Let's go check out the waterfall first. And then I want to check in with these estates.
Have you heard about the commotion at the palace?
Of course. Something about luminous Adra.
A giant made of luminous Adra.
All I know is that they're all at each other's throats up there.
Oh. Oh, Aethus, why do you do these things? Oh, someone's coming. Hello there. Excuse me. Don't run from me. Don't run from me. Against a backdrop of jeering youths, a young woman raises her arms with an air of practiced drama. Before her, two men stand across from each other, mirroring scowls.
You both attest that you have made all possible efforts to come to a peaceful...
The woman trails off as you approach, and you find yourself the sudden target of the crowd's attention.
Who is this Nasenale? How many cousins do you have, or so?
Laro chuckles.
Postenago. Does that look like any cousin of mine?
How should I know? Your kin lie with eels.
Considering we are one of Ondra's godlike, and she is, you know, the goddess of the moon and the ocean, this feels quite racist. This feels really quite racist, sir. Also glares at Laro and bites back whatever insult he had at the ready.
We have business. What do you want?
To know what's going on here, for starters. I'm here to fetch Laro. Nira is looking for him. I don't want any trouble. To know what's going on here, for starters.
This doesn't concern you. We've come to settle a challenge.
Before he can finish, Laro quickly speaks up.
Psst. What's your words of? You want the Juana to know we're dueling?
My bad so to the tribals. We should be free to settle matters on valiant terms.
My penis to the triangle, stop it! Also glances in your direction with annoyance.
Small wonder the old empire collapsed in civil strife if this is the Valian way.
He sneers.
And how do your colonies fare, Abiran?
Also narrows his eyes at Alof. Laro, what say you? I suppose you have a good reason for this duel. You don't have to do this, you know, Valian Trading Company, minor negative. I get what I was going to say it's their culture. It's Ximena's culture as well. She's Valian. So she would probably understand, hey, yo, this is just how we do. This is how we do. We have duels. Kill each other if you like. I'm not getting involved still. Laro, what say you?
We are civil enough to kill each other without making an incident out of it.
I suppose you have a good reason for this. Let me try that again. I suppose you have a good reason for this duel.
This street thug called my family a warren of corrupt inbreds. But is there a dung heap in all the world that does not have a little Valera cousin scratching through it?
Laro opens his arms wide and smiles to the milling crowd.
That wolf he calls mother would have us live out our days polishing Bardatto silver.
Also spits at the ground between them. So, Bluff 5, the Huana are gathering reinforcements to storm this position. They should be here any second. Is this worth one of your lives? Benevolent. Does this have to be settled by death? Surely there are better alternatives. 10 copper pieces on Laro, Valian Trading Company, minor negative. 10 copper pieces on also Valian Trading Company, minor negative. Fine, do what you like, just get it over with. Ooh. This is interesting. This is interesting, considering that Ximena is Valian. This is part of her culture. I don't think she'd be, you know, in any way like, oh no, don't be fighting, you can't be doing this. She's probably witnessed a shit ton of duels. She's probably been called to fight in duels because, like, A, you conned me, and she's like, yeah, we'll meet at this location at midnight, and then she's fucked off because she's not fighting in a duel. She's not that way inclined. Hell, what she's probably done is she's been challenged to a duel, and then she's manipulated someone else to fight on her behalf. I guarantee she'll have done that in the past. So I don't think she'd be like, oh no, you've gotta stop. And I presume betting on the people involved is probably considered quite like, yo, you can't be doing that. That's like, no, that's not classy. I get, does it have to be to the death? Could it be, because I know that duels are sometimes fought to first blood. Does this have to be settled by death? Surely there are better alternatives.
Nothing less than the total disgrace of the Valeras would satisfy me.
Then you will die unfulfilled.
Also shakes his head and huffs. So, diplomacy, anyone can kill. Fighting to first blood would be enough to prove who's the better man. Bluff, keep talking and I'll draw your soul into the great beyond. Would your families approve of this? Fine, do what you like, just get it over with. I mean, if their families are Valian, certain individuals probably wouldn't, but there'd probably also be others who are like, yes, dueling, perfectly acceptable. Clearly it's illegal here because, you know, they were like, oh, the Huana. But I'm guessing amongst Valians this is seen as like, oh yeah, perfectly acceptable. This is normal. And again, if Ximena's been brought up to think, oh yeah, dueling, this is a common way of settling your debt, not your debts, you know, settling beef. Yeah, I don't think she'd have a problem with this. Anyone can kill. Fighting to first blood would be enough to prove who's the better man. The pair of duelists eye each other warily.
I was the one who suggested fisticuffs, but you were eager to cut me open.
To first blood, then. Shall we resume?
Ooh. The duelists square off and tentatively circle each other. Stocky also moves with heavy strides while Laro takes precise measured steps. Onlookers gather and press at the edges of the poorly defined arena. Their jeering lowers to expectant murmurs. The duelist seconds bring forth their weapons. So we can find a better vantage point, take an opportunity to study the opponents, we can cast Blessing, watch quietly, watch the duel to its end. Yeah, streetwise and yeah, we will take the opportunity to study each of the opponents. And we are the only ones who can do this, however. We have insight, we're fine. You note the sweat on Laro's upper lip and the furrow of concentration cleaving Orso's brow. Let's find a better vantage point. You maneuver through the crowds with ease and find an uninterrupted view of the escalating conflict. Once the swords are delivered to their respective bearers, the seconds back away in melancholy silence. The duelists cross their swords and bow in salute. The tranquil moment ends with a burst of motion. Despite their differences in size, the duelists seem evenly matched. Orso doesn't settle on an established form, but he keeps pace with Laro's aggressive strikes. Okay, so insight, distract Laro with an insult, Vailian Trading Company. Yeah, because it would be, yeah, this would be, it would be unbecoming. If this is a well-known tradition to interfere, yeah, it'd be going against the culture. And again, it's Ximena's culture. So we could distract Laro, or also with an insult, both Vailian Trading Company minor negative. Yell, look out. So we're just trying to screw over everyone, minor negative. We can trip one of them, minor negative. Again, this is her culture, this is normal to her. We're just going to watch. Orso and Laro trade fierce jabs, giving up any pretense of playing to the crowd. A hard downward thrust sends Laro's blade clattering to the ground. Ooh. Orso hovers over Laro, a grin slowly taking form. He raises his blade and points it at his opponent's heart. This was supposed to be a fight to first blood, but mercy is the farthest thing from the minds of the combatants. So, send up a distracting cheer, clever. Resolve 4, shout at the top of your lungs, stop. Benevolent, or wait and observe. She's getting like, yo, dude, we need to bring this guy back to his sister. We can't be having this. Stop. That wasn't much of a shout, but hey ho, I don't want to peek my microphone. Orso's killing stab goes wildly askew, missing his opponent's heart and instead carving a long slice across Laro's cheek. Ooh. Laro falls to his knees, clutching at his face.
Not so pretty anymore, Postenago.
Orso wears an accomplished grin. Congratulations on a nearly bloodless victory. Rational. Laro, go find your sister so she knows you're alive. Benevolent, say nothing. I mean, he was kind of going to cheat at the end. But admittedly, Ximena wouldn't necessarily care about that. Our whole job was to get this guy to go home. Laro, go find your sister so she knows you're alive.
This does not end here, Valera dog.
Laro wipes away a line of blood and casts it to the ground.
Just make sure the other Bardattos learn from your example.
Orso nods and signals for his attendant to depart. Minor positive reputation gained with the Vailian Trading Company. Ooh, hello. Okay, and you haven't leveled. But you're. Oh, hello. What was that? Family pride. And it's very difficult. Proceed with caution. May prove a bit challenging. Okay. Okay. Here's the I was gonna head into both of their estates. Do I want to do this? We could go elsewhere. We could go elsewhere in the city. Also, that reminds me. Oh, you are so close to leveling. You are so close to leveling. Okay. Ah, you get a +1 because you're a Deeren. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay, well... You know what? I'm looking at my timer. I've only got about 2 minutes left, so we shall end the episode right here. Doesn't look like there's anything to loot. And we shall level up. Okay. Okay, okay. What do I want to go with for you? Let me just cancel my timer. There we go. I'm thinking let's go with a wee bit more diplomacy and a wee bit more mechanics. And then we have 1 point. Yeah, that requires a melee weapon. Deep pockets, I don't give a shit about that. Yeah, we could go into some of this. So we could go with Arterial Strike. Enemies also bleed. Debilitating Strike. Also distract the targets. Ooh. Gouge enemies causes raw damage over time until combat ends. Ooh, that could be, you know, strike something with a lot of health, and that'll just stack. Well, this one definitely sounds like Ximena. Distracting targets. So yeah, I'm gonna grab that. Okay, perfect. And I will make a cut here whilst I level up Adia, Shoti, and Serafen. So, be right back with you. Okie doke, and there we go. Everyone is leveled up. In the next episode, methinks, considering that going into the Valero and Bardatto estates may lead to us facing something that's a bit beyond our level, methinks it may be time to start exploring the rest of Nekataka. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. A special thanks to my channel members such as SM2K, Christopher K. Davies, CGG, Kevin Bicknell, and Cyril Nummel. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.